Oh, good morning. Oh, good Sunday morning. Good morning. Good morning. Anyway, I'm still trying to wake up. I've been up for a little while. Slept pretty hard. I haven't started getting ready for church service. I plan on going to church today. But I'm going to knock this video out for you guys. It's going to be a Jesus Calling video. Then after I get this done, change into some different clothes and stuff. Freshen up a little bit. Oh, April 13th. Oh, yeah. Colossians 3, verse 23 is our wait. Okay, verse 23. I marked the wrong one. Colossians 3:23 is the first reference scripture. Work hard and cheerfully at whatever you do as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Okay. When I give you no special guidance, stay where you are. Concentrate on doing your everyday task in awareness of my presence with you. The joy of my presence will shine on you as you do everything for me. Thus, you invite me into every aspect of your life. Through collaborating with me in all things, you allow my life to merge with yours. This is the secret of not only joyful living, but of victorious living. I designed you to depend on me, moment by moment, recognizing that apart from me, you can do nothing. Right. He even says himself, I alone can do nothing, or I alone do nothing. You know, it's him and the Father, or I and the Father do something, or I and the Creator, I and Big Kahuna. You get the point. Okay, let's see here. Then, sounds like my dogs might be getting almost hit by a car or something. Just heard a horn and some dogs barking. Anyway, be thankful for quiet days when nothing special seems to be happening. Instead of being bored by the lack of action, use times of routine to seek my face. Although this is an invisible transaction, it speaks volumes in spiritual realms. Moreover, you are richly blessed when you walk trustingly with me through the routines of your day. Oh, a little coffee on my mustache there. John 15, verse 5. Yes, I am the vine. You are the branches. Those who remain in me and I in them will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. Oh, and then we go to Psalm 105. We got verse 4. O worshipers of the Lord, rejoice, search for the Lord and for his strength, and keep on searching. Oh, let me get this right here. That's my Sunday school study book. And I am going to church this morning, like I already said. I plan on it. I got to text David here in a minute when I get done with this video and start uploading it. And then I'll text him, tell him I'm going to get ready. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on this. Be thankful for quiet days when nothing special seems to be happening. Instead of being bored by the lack of action, use times of routine to seek my face. Sometimes I find myself doing that. Often I will say that I'm bored throughout my day, and I've got plenty of stuff I could be doing. Some of it's kind of mundane chore stuff. But, you know, those are the things that pulls me back. When I'm doing certain tasks that are routine or things that need to be done around the trailer or around the yard, around my area that I live in, you know, it's a grounding experience sometimes, because sometimes I'm so far out in my head. Maybe I'm thinking about something that I don't need to be thinking about, whether that be something I'm worried about or something that that is out of my control or whatever. And sometimes I get my headspace back in the right place by just doing, you know, there's times I've woke up in the morning, I don't want to go through the day. It's hard to make myself get out of bed. I'm sure, you know, I'm speaking for myself, but if you can chime in the comments if you've ever had those days where you just, and sometimes I have those days on end, like every day seems to be that way. I'm blessed that the past month, at least the past 3 or 4 weeks have been really more of an upswing. I haven't looked begrudgingly at the day in the mornings. I've been, you know, tackling the days early and trying to knock these videos out and then going live at certain times of the day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, you know. You know, that's just part of the journey. And so I take heed when I read this, you know, like I need to remember that when I'm getting ahead of myself or I'm overthinking something, if I'm too far into the future in my head or I'm thinking something too far back in the past, I need to the way I can bring myself back into the moment is by doing simple tasks that I have to do anyway. And a lot of times when I'm doing those tasks, the Spirit will speak to me in certain ways and be like, okay, you know you got to do this. Well, what about this one thing over here that you've been needing to do for a long time? That's how I slowly but surely start getting some of the things I as a human entity has put off for a long time, you know, whether that be a bunch of clutter that I need to organize or things I need to go through and get rid of and stuff like that. So those are little simple things that I do for myself to bring myself back to the center and try to get back on track. You know, a lot of times through the day, I have to like reach out and say, what is it you want me to do next? You know, like I know some of the stuff I got to do every single day, but there's some things that I'm not necessarily thinking about. And I've got a roadblock, a brain block, a writer's block, you could say. And that'll be when, you know, something will be shown to me. Something simple like, hey, you can do this. And when you get done with that, you'll feel better because it's something you should have done a long time ago. Well, let's just get off of here now and continue the day. I got to get on with doing a few things before I start getting ready. And then hopefully I'll get picked up and have a good service and all that. They might be having some kind of dinner today after service. I don't know. I think sometimes they'll have a meal a week before the actual Sunday of Easter. So I might be staying afterwards and eating. I don't know yet, though. I didn't really pay attention last week when they told us that that's what was going on. So until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment, over and out. And you know how we say it here? I say I love you by using the word ditto in memory of Sarah Borland, who passed away in 2018. Very dear friend of mine. Very, very dear to my heart. So, ditto.